Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to DESI TV USA. I am Tabinda Gul. Let's take a look at the headlines. US President Donald Trump signed order to pull US out of UNHRC Stop Palestinian Aid. Indeed, we belong to Allah and indeed to Him we shall return, the silent prince of the Islamic world. Panama to quit China's Belt and Road Initiative after Trump threat. Indian visa seekers turn to divine interventions amid stricter US immigration policy. US deports illegal Indian migrants amid Trump's crackdown. Families of Gaza hostages rally in Washington ahead of Trump-Netanyahu meeting. Syria's interim president seeks to restore ties with US. US lawmakers join Nobody Elected Alone rally in Washington, D.C. These are headlines. Lead to news detail. In a significant shift in US foreign policy, President Donald Trump has signed an executive order formally withdrawing the United States from the United Nations Human Rights Council. The decision, announced from the White House, cites long-standing concern over the council's alleged bias against Israel and the inclusions of countries with poor human rights record. The move marks a continuation of Trump's critical stance toward international organizations, which it argues undermine U.S. sovereignty and fail to uphold their stated principles. Administration's officials emphasize that the U.S. will no longer support what they describe as a hypocritical body that disproportionately targets democratic nations while overlooking human rights abuses in authoritarian regimes. In a parallel development, the order also halts all U.S. aid to the Palestinian Authority, effectively cutting off millions of dollars in annual funding. The administration argues that continued aid has not led to meaningful progress in peace negotiations with Israel. Critics warn that the decisions could further destabilize the regions and harm humanitarian effort. International reactions have been swift, with human rights groups and foreign government expressions deep concern over the implications for global human rights advocacy and Middle East peace effort. The State Department, led by Secretary of State Marco Rubio, defended the move, stating that the US remain committed to human rights but will seek alternative avenues to promote them outside the UNHRC framework. Prince Aga Karim Al Husseini, known as Aga Khan IV, the spiritual leader of approximately 15 million Islamic Muslims worldwide, has passed away at the age of 86 in Lisbon, Portugal. Born on December 13, 1936 in Geneva, Switzerland, Prince Karim became the 49th Imam of the Ismaili community at just 20 years old, succeeding his grandfather Sir Sultan Muhammad Shah Aga Khan III in 1957. His leadership spanned over 6 decades, during which he champions global development, education, healthcare, and cultural preservation. Through the Aga Khan Development Network, he spearheaded numerous philanthropic initiatives transforming communities across Asia, Africa, and the Middle East. His vision emphasized pluralism, social progress, and the betterment of humanity, earning him respect far beyond the Ismaili community. According to the Ismaili, his successor will be announced soon, following the directives outlined in his will in the presence of his family and senior community leader. The passing of Prince Karim Aga Khan marks at the end of an era, leaving behind a legacy of compassion, leadership, and service to humanity.
You came to this country for a brighter future for you and your loved ones. You've made it this far. Now it's time to become a citizen. With citizenship, you gain the right to vote, access to federal jobs, the ability to keep your family closer, and the freedom to travel with a U.S. passport. These are just a few of the benefits waiting for you when you become eligible. We're here to help you through the process with free resources and personalized guidance. Together, we can make it easier. Get started at becomeacitizentoday.com.
Panama will withdraw from China's Belt and Road Initiative following U.S. pressure after Secretary of State Marco Rubio's visit highlighted President Trump's concern over China's influence on the Panama Canal. In response, Panama President Jose Raul Mulino agreed to audit at a Hong Kong-based firm managing 2 ports allows U.S. warship-free passes through the canal and end BRI membership. While Rubio welcomed the move, questions remains about whether it will fully satisfy Trump or if the U.S. will seek greater control over the canal. As US immigration policy tightened under the Trump administrations, many Indian professionals are seeking help beyond paperwork, turning to divine intervention. Samples like Ahmedabad, Chamatkari, Hanuman, and Hyderabad, Chilkar, Balaji have been popular among visa hopefuls who believe that prayers and rituals can influence their chances. Devotees perform specific rituals, chant hymns, and even make personal sacrifices such as giving up certain foods in hope of securing a US visa. While some claim miraculous success, others persist in their faith despite setback. In an atmosphere of growing uncertainty, these religious practices offer many a sense of hopes in their pursuit of the American's dream. The US has deported 205 Indian migrants on a C-17 military aircraft as part of President Donald Trump's intensified immigration crackdown. These actions align with Trump's pledge to remove undocumented immigrants from the country. Indians represent the third largest group of unauthorized immigrants in the US, with over 7,25,000 individuals living illegally. The Indian government has agreed to accept the deported migrants following proper verification process. This move underscores the growing impact of the administration's strict immigration policies on global communities. Family members of hostages held in Gaza gathered near the White House in Washington, D.C. ahead of a key meeting between U.S. President Donald Trump and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. The demonstration called for stronger U.S. support in securing the release of their loved ones, urging both leaders to prioritize the issue during their discussions. The rally reflects growing pressures on the international community to address the ongoing hostages crisis amid heightening tensions in the region. Syria's interim president Ahmed al-Shara announced that his government aims to restore diplomatic relations with the United States in the coming days. However, he confirmed that no official contact has been made with the Trump administration so far. Al-Shara emphasized the importance of re-stabilizing ties to promote regional stability and address mutual concern. The statement comes amid shifting dynamic in the Middle East, with Syria seeking to reposition itself on the global stage. U.S. lawmakers gather outside the Treasury building in Washington, D.C. to join the Nobody Elected Elon rally, protesting the actions of the Trump administration's billionaire Elon Musk and the newly established Department of Government Efficiency. Now, protesters criticize what they view as Musk's outsized influence on government policies as the department's role in consolidating power without proper oversight. Demonstrators called for greater transparency and accountability, voicing concern over the intersections of corporate interest and federal governance. The rally reflects growing tensions over the administration's approach to public sector's management. So, thank you for watching. This is me, Tabinda, signing off. Stay tuned for more news. DESI TV USA, DTVNN, and our OTT platform DTV Flex, where you can access to over 3,000 channels. So stay tuned and stay with us.